Hi guys, today's lesson is on metals and non-metals. And this follows on from the periodic table quite nicely. Because you know the structure, you know where metals are on the periodic table, you know where non-metals are on the periodic table, so this lesson is going to focus on just their properties. So let's get started. How is the periodic table organised? Now this might be a bit of a misleading question, but it's basically organised in periods and groups based on the elements number of protons. Now the next question, what is the rule for filling electron shells? The rule is 2, 8, 8. 2 in the first shell, up to 8 in the second shell, and up to 8 in the third shell. And finally, what are the names of the three subatomic particles? The three things that make up an atom. Well, you have protons, electrons, and neutrons. So here are the answers in case you want to write them down. Right, the first thing I'd like to do is describe gold to an alien. Just pick 3 properties or 3 keywords you think fit best, pause the video, write them down, then unpause the video. Right, so if I was to describe gold, I'd say it was shiny, it was yellow, and it was hard. They were the 3 things I'd pick. Now, not every metal is gold, but they are shiny and they are hard. And you're going to see some other properties in this video which all metals have. So, looking at this list here of different properties, pause the video and then write down the properties that you think are related to a metal. But before you pause the video, I'm going to tell you what a couple mean. Malleable means it can be bent into shapes. Ductile means it can be stretched into wires. Conductor, that means it allows electricity or heat to pass through it. Brittle means it breaks easily. Shiny is obviously, you've seen shiny in the picture before. Hard, you've seen that as well, that means it's hard to break. Low melting point, so it doesn't melt when at room temperature, for example. Sonorous means it makes a ringing noise when you hit it, and high melting point is the opposite of low melting point. It means it needs a lot of energy to actually melt, to change it from a solid to a liquid. So pause the video and think about which ones of these are related to metals. Right, hopefully you've had a go and you picked these. Metals are malleable, ductile, they're very good conductors of electricity and heat, they're shiny when polished, they're generally quite hard, sonorous and of high melting points. Now, like everything, there are some exceptions to the rule, but these are general properties for all metals. Now, we're going to look at non-metals, so a glass, for example. So going back to some similar properties, I'm going to give you another list now. I want you to think about properties of non-metals. Here's a hint. They're opposites to metals. So here's your task. Write a heading of properties of non-metals and then pick from this shorter list now which ones you think belong to non-metals. Right, hopefully you've had a go and you picked correctly. Non-metals are dull, they are not shiny. They're not strong, they're actually brittle, they break easily. Now there's 2 more here. These are new, this is density. And density is how many particles there are in a given volume. If you like, you can think of it as how heavy they are. Now this is not completely correct, but it'll give you an idea of what I mean. If you pick up a glass, it's quite light and it will generally float on water. If you took a bar of gold, it would be heavy and it would sink to the bottom of water. So we say that non-metals have a low density. Everything else is not a property of a non-metal. Like always, 4 questions for you to have a go at now, so give them a try, and if there's any problems, put a comment in the box below and I'll help you where I can. Okie dokie, thanks for watching, see you later.